Do you ever wonder why some cornhole players look so effortless out there? And then maybe you feel like it's so mechanical, like you're just in your head. The answer is actually not necessarily talent, it's connection. When I think about the difference between someone who's being really mechanical and someone who's being really, let's say, magical or effortless or connected, the first thing I think about is musicians. I am an avid watcher of The Voice, American Idol, all those shows. I love to go to concerts. And one thing you will notice with an artist is whether or not they're connected to themselves and the song, the lyrics that they're singing. And you may not necessarily describe it like that, but you can feel it. You'll see someone or hear someone and think, man, they're a great singer. They're hitting the notes and they're doing the runs and they're doing all the things. They're checking all the boxes, but I'm just not drawn to them. Like I'm not feeling anything. And then you have other artists or musicians when you are locked in with them. You are right there in that song with them. You can feel every single lyric, every note. You're not even paying attention necessarily to how well they're singing, but I'm sure you're noticing it. But what you're really noticing is how connected you feel to this person that you don't even know, who's potentially on a very large stage or on your screen. That is the magic of connection. So think about this with cornhole. If you are in your head thinking about everything you're doing, I just need to, backswing like this and release this way and grip that way and make sure I don't forget to breathe and make sure I do this and do all that. That's the equivalent of the artist who's saying, okay, I need to do this run here. I need to hit this note here. I have a big note coming up, so I need to, make sure I get my breath. And they're technically doing everything right. And sometimes that works for them. Sometimes it doesn't work for them in terms of the execution of the performance. So, yeah, maybe sometimes it works and you get that beautiful bag that you were hoping for, or you hit that shot. But there's something about it being consistent that has to do with the level of connection to your actual body yourself. So in cornhole, obviously, we don't have the lyrics or the notes, but you have your body. You have to be connected to your body, to the sport, to the bag, to the board, to this thing that you love doing. That's where you have to be. The musician is connected to the artistry of the song, and you need to be connected to this game that you love. And you can't do that if you're so worried about how you are being perceived, how you're performing, where your foot is, and all of that madness. So, just like that musician, we want to practice our drills, right? So, that musician, prior to going on and doing their performances, they're doing the work. They're doing the hard work. They're running the drills, they're doing the stuff that it takes to get really good at their craft. And you need to do that too, right? So that's why you're doing your practice. That's why you're going to your local tournaments and your weekly nights. That's you drilling. But when it comes to the actual performance, so that could be your regional, it could be an open, it's wherever the stage is the biggest for you. So if you're a backyard player, that could be your weekly tournament night. If you're a little bit more serious, that could be your regional night, and so on and so forth. So whatever your big stage is, that's when you have to let go of all the drills, all the stuff, and you have to trust your practice. And then you just connect to the sport, connect to the bag, be here in the moment. Be so grateful to be on this stage that you created for yourself and enjoy it. And that is when things get magical or effortless, if you will, because you're connected to yourself, meaning you trust what your arm can do, what your body can do, what you've trained. You trust, you connect to the sport, this thing that you love. The reason you're here doing this is because you obviously enjoy it, and you connect to the people in the room, and you're here in this moment with everybody doing this really cool thing. When you find yourself being drawn back to mechanics, it's probably because something didn't go the way you wanted. So you missed a shot, or you thought something was going to happen and the opposite happened, or maybe your focus is just drifting, you're getting distracted. Those are the times that you simply take a deep breath and remind yourself why you're here. Bring yourself into this present moment, connect to your body, connect to your this sport, the game, the bag, the board, connect to the people in the room. Just be right here where you are. Be where your feet are, as they say. And just smile and be happy you're here. Even if your performance isn't going well, I get it. That is so difficult. But I guess what doesn't make it better? Being pissed off about it, worrying about it, trying to fix it. That just makes it worse. So if you could take a deep breath, smile, and just connect back to this game and kind of just shake your head and laugh a little bit at yourself and say, oh man, this isn't going the way I wanted it to, but I still have time. Whether I have time in this game or time in this tournament, I'm going to make sure that I walk out really being connected to this entire experience, good or bad, so that either I can walk away saying that was really successful or I could say I have a lot to learn. But you can't get either one of those if you're not connected right here in the moment.